Mistral has done a minor update to their small model, but neither the model is small nor the update. This is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. In this video, we are going to install this Mistral Small 3.224 billion instruct model locally, and we will check out how exactly this works. It's a 24 billion parameter instruction tuned language model developed by Mistral AI that serves as a minor update to the previous Mistral Small 3.1 version. This new model features significant improvements in instruction following, which you can check out from the benchmarks. For instance, it has gone from 82.75% to 84.78% accuracy, and that is quite significant because as you go higher, even these 1 to 2% make a lot of difference. It also has got dramatic reduction in repetitive or infinite generation errors, which have been cut in half from 2.11% to 1.29%, and it has got enhanced function calling capabilities with a more robust template system. The model maintains multi-modal capabilities for vision and text processing and excels at various STEM MMLU tasks, which you can check out on their Hugging Face model card, which I will drop the link to in video's description. So let's get it installed and we will see on different benchmarks in multimodal as how exactly this works. This is my Ubuntu system and this is my GPU card, NVIDIA H100 with 80 GB of VRAM. You would at least require 55 to 60 GB of VRAM just to run it in half precision. So let's see if this model fits into my GPU. I'm already in my virtual environment. Next step which you need to do is to install all the prerequisites. Make sure that you install VLLM and Mistral Common in Upgrade if you already have them installed. This ensures that this will have the latest update to these repos, and because that this model is only supported there. This is going to take a bit of a time. Meanwhile, let me also tell you that if you are looking to rent a GPU like this H100 and all this stuff for fraction of price, which is I'm doing on very cheap rates, you can go to video's description, get the link to Mass Compute with a discount coupon of 50% for range of GPUs. Also, I would like to introduce you to the sponsors of the video, who are Matrix. Matrix lets you create a realistic world simulator where you can run repeated simulations as A/B tests for your marketing captions that allows marketers to test different angles and strategies. And their link is also in the video's description. Okay, let's go back and check what is happening. Almost there. And now let's log into the Hugging Face because we need to download the model. I am just using the free read token from Hugging Face website, which you can also grab from your profile if you are following along. So let me paste it here and then press capital Y, and I am now logged in. Okay, so that looks all good and fine. Next up, let me launch my Jupyter notebook and then we will play with this model there. Okay, so my Jupyter notebook is launched. And then I'm just downloading this model, which is going to take a bit of a time. Because I believe like last time, it also downloads a consolidated safe tensor file. You can see here the size is 48 gig. So let's wait for it. And by the way, if you're interested in other Mistral models, because I have covered all of these models from Mistral since their model 1, all you need to do is to just go to my channel, search with Mistral, and should be able to find heaps of Mistral model. And I think everyone knows about it except Mistral. Anyway, so you see that if you just scroll down, there are literally dozens and dozens of model, maybe more than 100. And there are a few fine-tuning videos, some variants, some other flavors. So if you're interested, just check it out. I'm sure you'll find something you are interested in. Okay, let's go back and let's wait for it to finish. Okay, so the model is now loaded, and now let's do the inference. So first up, just I'm starting with the text prompts and I'm asking it, Hey, smile, you're on camera. I'm recording this for a YouTube video. And there you go. The model has given me the response that, hey, thanks for letting me know. I am flattered to be part of your YouTube video. Just to clarify, I am here to help answer or contribute to discussion. So feel free to ask away. Okay, pretty good, I would say. So now I'm going to test it out on various different benchmarks and tests to see how exactly this performs. So I'm just asking it to write me the number 1 to 10 in Indonesian language in form of English words. While that runs, let's check the VRAM consumption. So it is consuming 74.582 meg of VRAM. So quite a big model. So it's not that small as I mentioned earlier. And I can really tell that there is sort of a feel good factor about the responses of this model. So there is the update also seems to be quite significant. So if I look at the response, it actually is spot on. Okay, next one is a brain teaser. So I'm asking it that if my future wife shares her first name with the mother of the spouse of the 42nd president of US and her surname is maiden name of the mother of the first prime minister of Canada, what is my future wife's name? Let's see what name it comes up with. And this is something new where it is processing the prompt. It is taking a bit of a time. Interesting. So it is tackling step by step, and it has gone with first name and last name. So pretty good, like step by step sort of reasoning is being done, and it is breaking down the problem, and then it is double checking it. Pretty interesting. And then it is checking its own answer. Yes, first name is Dorothy. I really want, looks on the right track here. Dorothy Clark. Yep, that looks pretty good to me. But if you just want to nitpick, you see it says the name of my future wife is this. So I was asking it about, should be saying your future wife, but anyway, doesn't matter really. Okay, let's check out another one. Okay, let's check out another one. So I am asking it, how do I find purpose in my life? Don't give me generic answer, give me a specific answer. So far I think the model is quite good in language, in pattern. The data set looks quite profound, and whenever is required it takes its sweet time. For simple answer it is quite quick. There you go. So it is talking about finding purpose isn't a one size fits all journey, and then it is giving me actionable path that audit your past, reverse engineer your future, experiment with non-committally, eliminate the noise, unscalable purpose, and then it is also giving me an example. So look, I think language wise and the way it is knitting all these sentences is quite coherent. Okay, next up, let's check out a math question. So I'm asking it, describe the steps to calculate the square root of a number using the Babylonian method. Let's see what it comes up with. I'm expecting some chain of thought reasoning here. And there you go. So it is going step by step, and it is acknowledging that it is also known as Heron's method, which is right. Pretty good. And then it is using its own example. So instruction following is really good. It is doing some iterations, and then the general formula is correct. So pretty good answer. Okay, so I think math is also quite good, and no doubt about that, just like its predecessor. Let's check out a coding one. Now in the coding question, all I'm asking it to do is to create me this CLI application, which is doing some file management and then outputting a report listing each file. So it's simply a Node.js command line utility. Let's see how it goes. And there you go. It has given us the response. Let's check it out. I'm just going to scroll down. And if I show you the code, it looks pretty good. Very concise, to the point, and it hasn't really missed a beat here. I'm just going through the main function. The classes look good, and the main function is quite good too. and then it is telling us how to run this application, and then giving us the synopsis of the code around features and also specifying some of the limitations. So pretty grounded answer, I would say. Very nice. Okay, now let's test out the function calling capabilities of this model. Okay, so this code which you see on your screen is testing the tool call or function calling capabilities of this Mistral model by defining two tools. One is population lookup, as you can see here, and the other one is text rewriting. And then if we go down, we are prompting the model to make a text more concise, which should trigger the rewrite function. The model is expected to recognize that. So what happens is in tool calling, if you don't know, that a human or whoever just calls a model with simple natural language prompt, and then model has different tools or functions. Model converts your text prompt into a function call and then triggers that function. That is what is happening here. So it primarily generates a function signature. So once we run this, you see, there you go. So there were two tools because I'm asking it to make this text more concise. And there are two tools. So instead of going with the population one, because this text prompt has nothing to do with that, it has triggered this function. So function calling capabilities of this model look pretty neat to me, just like its predecessor. As this is a multimodal model, next up I'm testing its multimodality. So what I'm doing here is I'm giving it this image of a bear, and I'm asking it, what do you see in this image? Describe it in detail. And then rest is the usual stuff where we are encoding and decoding the response of the model. Model is loaded. Let's check it out. So the response is that the image features a large brown bear that appears to be walking in the shallow water or a stream. The bear's fur is wet, suggesting it might have recently been in the water or is wading through it. So you see, language is pretty good. It is describing it pretty well. Not only the bear itself, the main object, but also the surrounding. And then if you look here, that it is talking about its environment. And the water in the stream is clear, reflecting the greenery. The bear stands on a bed of small rocks or pebbles. Pretty neat. Okay, next let's see if it can tell the time on the clock. So I have given it that image and it is saying it is 10:01, which is totally wrong. Okay, so it failed that test. Now let's check out maybe location one. Okay, next up I'm asking it to identify where exactly this building is. What this building is, it's one of the most beautiful cathedral in the world, the St. Stephen's one in Vienna, Austria. Let's see if model is aware of it. Yep, you see, very nice. Now it is talking about that it is St. Stephen's, even it is talking about Stephen's Dome, and then located in Vienna, the capital city of Austria. It is a, I think, striking architecture, no doubt about that. Okay, so now let's do the OCR a bit. Okay, next I'm giving it this image which contains text in various languages like Hindi, English, and there is some Arabic, there is some Persian, Russian. So let's see if it is able to identify all of these languages and extract the text, because this is what I am asking it to do. And if you're that language speaker, please also confirm in the comments. Let's check it out, taking a bit of a time. So it has, okay, look, I think it looks pretty good to me. With this important to, okay, there are a few mistakes, but most of the stuff looks good. And it has identified some of the languages, Trubar, but I see that there are a few mistakes too, and it is also making some stuff up. But anyway, not bad at all, given it's a general purpose model with more multimodality and with the text and all that stuff. But I will also, be relying on your advice if you are that native language speaker. So look, another good effort by Mistral, really, really good stuff. And I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video and share it. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do so as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching.